Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Bodker, AccuQuilt Corporate Marketing Specialist.
At AccuQuilt, we're here to point you in the right direction as we introduce our newest block on board, or Bob Die, the Go Weathervane. The block made from this die is perfect for the beginner quilter or someone looking for a quick weekend project.
Now, Bob dies are an AccuQuilt innovation that allows you to cut all the pieces for a specific block in just one pass through a cutter. It's fast and easy, giving you more time to do what you love, sewing and quilting.
Absolutely, Erica. It's all about spending more time sewing. So let's take a quick look at this newest Bob die.
Perfect. Okay, first, it's on a 6x24 die board. That means it's going to fit through all of our cutters, including a Go Me. Now, you want to make sure you have a 6x24 cutting mat as well. Now, next, you'll notice that all of the pieces have been screen printed for easy placement.
It is, and it helps you keep track of your pieces so much.
That's right.
The shapes also have that perfect 1/4-inch seam allowance. And look, Erica, these specialized dog ears are going to allow you to make the pieces fit together perfectly.
Yep.
Now, quilters, this block finishes to an 8-inch block. So it will work with other blocks made from your Go Cube Mix and Match 8-inch block.
Right.
But you can also trim this block on point using your Go 8-inch setting triangles for a completely different look.
Oh, that's a good idea. Now, as grandmothers, the Go Weathervane Baby Quilt gives us all the feel for new little ones being on the way. It's the perfect project for an upcoming baby shower.
Quilters, you can change the colorway for a completely different look using our free Go Quilt program at AccuQuilt.com. I'm just imagining this project in patriotic colors, fall colors, even a winter wonderland.
Oh, I love that. Well, let's show you how to cut and sew one of these blocks. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is download the free pattern at AccuQuilt.com and read all of the instructions. Next, we went ahead and subcut our fabric, and we're going to go ahead and lay those over the shapes. Now, you can cut up to 6 layers of 100% quilting cotton with our dies, but you can also cut other fabrics.
Yes.
Such as flannel, felt, denim, wool, minky, all kinds of things.
All sorts of fun things.
You could use this die as a great stash buster to make the blocks completely scrappy. Be sure to cut only 1 to 2 layers of those thicker fabrics if you're using denim or something like that. Now, make sure that your lengthwise grain is going to be parallel to your lengthwise blades as the die goes through the cutter.
All right, so today, Erica, we're going to cut our fabric. Now, remember, again, this is a directional die. You want all your pieces facing up.
Right, and it's shape C that's our directional piece, but we're using solids.
Right, so we can fan fold up to 6 layers. And how we did this, quilters, we measured from here to here, add 1/4 of an inch, and just cut with the fabric.
Okay.
All right, so let's lay our fabric down. I love these colors.
I do too. You know I love purple.
Yep. All right, so Erica's going to mat on. She's going to cut for us today.
Perfect.
Remember, this is on a 6x24 die board. It'll fit through all of our cutters.
There you go.
Look how easy that is.
Do-do-do.
It's beautiful.
This is such a great block. I'm really excited about this. We loved it when we sewed test blocks, didn't we?
We did. And it was super easy to put together. You might think we have to do Y seams, but we don't. Okay, so we're going to give that mat a little love because it's pretty staticky here in the Dream Studio. Slide our mat, don't lift. And now you can see all of our pieces. Look how perfect those cut.
Yes.
Now, Erica and I are always going to tell you to make a test block.
Yes.
But I'm going to actually show us today how we're just going to kind of lay our pieces out so that we sew them in the correct order. Okay?
That's right.
Okay, so here is shape D. All right, so here is our shape C, or B and C and A. So this is kind of our little schoolhouse, right?
Right, and I love this shape B. It's a shape that really we don't have.
No.
This kind of pentagon shape we don't have in our die library, so to speak. I love that. I love anytime we have a new shape.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my shape D's here, and I'm going to sew them to either side of shape C. Now, look, you want to make sure you lay them the right way. Okay, because this is where you think you might have that Y seam. All right, so I'm going to take this shape D and sew it to shape C. Get my little pieces here. Notice how we laid them out so we don't mess up how we're going to sew them.
Always.
All right, and this is a great block you could do chain piecing on.
You just want to be sure you're keeping them straight. And that's why I like to lay out my blocks.
Right. I'm going to do 2, and then I'll show you how easy it is.
Okay, perfect. Now, you'll see when we get one lined up, you'll see they line up just perfectly. And that, again, is because of those dog ears. So those specialized dog ears, and we're going to see the same thing then when we go to sew shape D onto shape B, right?
Correct. Correct. All right, let's move this out of our way here for a minute so we can press.
Oh, would you like me to press?
I would love for you to press.
All right. How would you like me to
let's
press?
press our seams open because then that bulk is going to be pretty low.
Great plan.
All right.
Okay.
I love these colors.
I do too. These are just, but
Now,
I like all the colors on there.
Okay, so while Erica presses these open, you're going to notice that this is very similar to flying geese.
Yes.
Right? You're going to sew one, and then you're going to add the other to the other side. And look how this is going to fit perfectly right here, just like this.
And then we're going to be doing the same kind of technique of sew one side, then sew the other side when we get to our other piece too.
Correct.
So this really is, like you said, a great little chain piecing project.
Okay.
There's your other one. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Let's lay it right here so we know what we're doing. Okay.
Perfect. Press the little curl. Okay, I'll trade you.
All right.
I'll do some pressing with that.
There we go. All right, so then next, we're going to kind of create the shape right here around this pentagon shape. So we're going to do the exact same thing, just like Erica laid out. We're going to, I'm going to move this over here for you.
Well, that makes sense.
We're going to do one side, press it open, and do the other side. And you can see kind of from our little step outs how we've already started to sew these pieces.
Yep.
Okay, and here.
Just keep you going.
I know. My fabric is really sticky today. There we go.
It couldn't be our fingers not working, could it, Pam?
Imagine that. All right, here we go. There's my presser foot. I was trying to find it.
You knew there was one there someplace.
I did. All right, Erica, so let's lay out our pieces here for this mirror image.
Right, and this is the tricky part. Make sure you've got both of the sides. Yep.
Right, perfect. All right, so I'm going to sew this to this side.
Perfect.
Just making sure.
Pins. You needed pins,
I know.
Pam. This is why you
use pins all the time.
She laughs at me about pins, but there's always a reason.
There is. Okay, and shall I do the other side of this while I'm sewing?
Why don't you do that while you're sewing, and that way I can show everybody how that looks. I love this little piece. I can see a lot of uses for this.
Right, not just in this block. I think this is a great little shape.
Now, the other thing that I like about this is that these are shapes that we don't have, because this is actually a 9-patch layout, but it's made to finish at 8 inches. So they are some different size shapes.
I'll let you press this one open.
I shall. You probably want that one first, don't you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then we'll show them how to press our pieces together. Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. Again, I'm going to lay it here, make sure I'm sewing those correctly. And then I'll show you how to put those corner pieces together. Again, quilters, when you look at it, you might think, oh, I have to make Y seams. There are none.
We specifically designed it so that you didn't.
Indeed.
So.
Okay. And one last little press there.
Okay.
All right, so you can see how we've made our little house section, right? And you would continue to follow the pattern to create those house sections.
Perfect.
Okay.
And there's our mirror image.
Yep, these are our corners. So I'm going to sew 2 of these together. And that's going to create our corners. Okay. And Erica, wouldn't you just keep chain piecing? Like I would do all the corner pieces.
Yep.
And I would do the whole house.
And the nice thing about this particular pattern is that it uses a wide range of those fabrics. So you could do all of your purples together, and then you could do all of your pinks together.
Oh, sure.
It'd be a great way to keep it organized. keep yourself on track, as it were.
As it were, we sometimes need that.
Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way and let you put that
Perfect.
one up there.
Perfect. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to sew that one here.
And we'd finish that one. Okay.
Yep.
So then once you get your pieces, you're going to sew your rows together. So that center row contains shape A. That's your one. And you only need one of those.
Correct.
For each block. And then you've got a house block. They look like houses to me.
They do look like houses.
So then we've got a house block on either side. Now you're going to continue to follow the pattern. You're going to get your blocks together and then continue to follow the pattern for the layout of your blocks, or lay them out the way you want them to. And then give it a good press. You're going to layer your batting between your quilt top and your backing. Pin or baste your layers together and quilt as desired. Add your binding and don't forget to miter your corners.
And be sure and share your finished projects with us on AccuQuilt Facebook page. We'd love to see what you've made with the new Go Weathervane Die.
And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
so you can quilt more.